Welcome to the for sale video of my MR2 SW20. Hoping the wind noise is not so bad. Unfortunately, I left the car here during the civil unrest, and well, I'm going to take it home shortly. I figured I'd do the video here because then I'm not worried by kids and all that drama at home. So I'm selling every single one of my JDM cars. Be sure to check out my other videos on my Instagram posts and you'll see all the prices, all the details. This, however, is the video for my MR2 SW20. It is a 1991 model. It's a G Limited and it's a T-top. Okay, you don't find a lot of these in South Africa. You do find some T-tops, but you don't find often G Limited models. These cars were never imported into the country as collectible vehicles. So the only way to get one of these in the country is to be a returning resident, meaning you need to work overseas for 12 months and own the vehicle, and then you can bring it back to South Africa legally as a returning resident. That's what happened with this car. This was brought in many years ago, not by me. This was brought in the middle 90s, I think 95, 96, by a returning resident. So it was SABS approved at the time and registered on our system, and it's just like a normal car. This has the kooky lights in it. I think that's how you say it, the kooky lights. It looks better than what the usual ones have. The other ones have got like this indent here with a big MR2 logo. This looks way better and neater. It actually shaves years off the car. I don't have the stock wheels. It came with some really shoddy 15s. These are 17s. They're also pretty cheapies. The tires on there are pretty good. The paintwork on the car isn't great. It does need a respray, I'll be honest about that. I'm going to try to be as honest as possible about every single thing on the car. I may forget one or two things, but I just want to let everyone know all the issues from the get-go. So, paintwork, I did have the car resprayed from fender to the front. The paint job was not great. It was a really cheap paint job. We didn't finish the polishing and all that. So there's a bunch of pit marks over here. Don't know if you can actually see that. There's like a few small pit marks, so it needs a bit more polishing. Here the bumper cracked when we were fitting, so it could do some touch-ups. A little bit more cracking over here when we fitted the lights. And then the bottom needs a decent polish. This side looks a lot better. The bonnet was also redone, resprayed. Again, needs a polish. I did it at home. We did it in like an hour, myself and a few friends. So it needs a lot more time spent in it. The rest of the car hasn't been touched. By the way, the color coding was done. It was done by mix and match, so identical black. You can't tell the difference. That's polished, just by the by. There's a couple ping pong dents here and there on the vehicle. It is a 1991, so you got to remember that. It is a T-top version, which means these come out, this one and that one, and then you just store it away in the boot, or you store it away in your rear seats, behind the rear seats. We'll open the car up in a second. Like I said, a few ping pong dents here and there. The lights are in pretty good nick. It's got all the badging, Toyota badge. It's got the G Limited badge in the back, all color coded. So if the car is red, it would have red Toyota logo, all that stuff. There's some weird like paint mark over here that's like white. I've never tried to get that off. Didn't really bother me too much. The exhaust on the car is horrific. It's mild steel all the way, and then it's just got these two little aluminium tips. It's rusty, it's noisy. There were some holes in it. I never had it professionally patched. I threw some gun gum on it and that seemed to fix the issue, but I hear the noise is back now. This trim over here, or the beading, it's like flaking. I just put black paint on it. I didn't have time. Much like the black RX-7, it hasn't really been a car that I've posted much on the YouTube channel itself, so I haven't really done a lot of work on it. Whereas my GTR, my RX-7, I spend a lot more time because the content is interesting for you guys as an audience. Me spending time doing this, waste of time. I was going to keep this car. I was going to keep all the cars in the long run, and I would have done this in time. Unfortunately, got to sell the cars now. Here's the interior. The number plate got ruined when we did the respray because I kind of double-sided taped it, and then when we pulled it off it got all crinkled and crashed. Anyway, you'll be changing number plates anyway if you buy the car. Door cards are in very good nick except for this little chip over here on the door card. Other than that, door cards are alright. Dashboard is clean. There's a small indent right over there. Other than that, no issues on the dashboard from what I can see. All the clips are available, everything's there. There's a cubby holder here, random CD. There's a front loader, it's a Pioneer front loader. There's the seats are fully operational. There's a little subwoofer, built-in amplifier that myself and Jono fitted to the car. Speakers are working, seat belts are here. All the trim is still okay. A little bit dirty. I wasn't expecting to do this video right now. Probably should have cleaned it up, but anyway, it is what it is. It's completely honest, this review. Seat goes back. Here's a little cubby hole. Everything is here, everything works. There's some additional storage. Here's another one. It's got a Sparko wheel. I do have the original wheel for it that will go with the car, but it's not in great condition. It's not here, it's at home. Issue with the Sparko, I couldn't get the horn to work. The car has got 217,000 kilometers on it. It's a manual. It's manual from factory. And then let's take a look at the engine bay. Now I ran a kill switch on this car because for some reason it zaps the battery after like a week or two, whereas the other cars that I own, other JDMs, it runs fine. So I'll put a kill switch over there, just turn that, and then the car gets power. All I did was just put it onto the negative terminal. Headlights are working. Underneath of the car is pretty clean. Suspension is stock. It's got quite the ride height here. It's not pretty. Engine bay is completely stock. To open up, get to the engine bay, you gotta pull the seat forwards, and then there's a latch somewhere here, right there. There's a latch. Well, the engine bay is not the neatest. It is a stock 3SGE. I think the power rating was 122 kilowatts or 118 kilowatts and 200 and something Newton meters of torque. Look, the car goes, it's not slow, it's not a slouch. There's some additional storage space in the boot, so there is actually a boot. There it is. Not bad. Definitely put a set of golf clubs or something in here. Maybe more sound if you're into that. And then let me start it up for you guys. It sounds very raspy. It's got that whole Toyota sound to it. So kill switch on. This video is certainly not going to be as long as the others because this car is completely stock other than the wheels and the steering wheel. So this car's got an immobilizer on it, so you got to push this button, that thing pops up on the dash, and then we're neutral. Starts up straight away, and it's a Toyota. You know what they say about Toyotas? Or at least what Jeremy Clarkson says. He says they'll run forever. The rear over here is pretty damaged. It's just been painted over. But as I mentioned earlier, this car is due for a respray. Probably from, I mean, you could respray the whole thing, that'll probably be beneficial, but from the fenders back it needs a respray. It's certainly a no-show car, but it's not bad either. It really isn't for the year. This is the original paint, except for here. There's some little paint issues here on that one T-top. And then all the interior for the T-top is here. So if you want some sun while you're driving, you just loosen that. And you can rock it like that, or you can pull the entire T-top off. I don't have my camera stand here, one-handed, so let's put this down. So I do have a few extras or spares, if you want to call them that, for the vehicle. I've got the rear lights, the original ones that came with the vehicle, the Zenki ones, plus the garnish at the back. It's got the cookie ones on it now, which look way better, and they're also valued quite high. So if you want to get them replaced, they sell sets anywhere between $1,000 and $1,500 US for refurbed versions. So that's a good 15 to 18k already on the car, plus I've got the originals. What else do I have? I've got the original stock steering wheel, and that's about it. Oh, I've got a front lip for the car. I've never fitted it, just having a time, and it's not the content I would be pushing on the channel, but I've got a front lip for it. All that being said, the vehicle value has risen, much like every other JDM car out there, and I'll be looking at 115,000 Rand for this vehicle with 3SGE. Remember, it's 91 G Limited T-Top Edition. Needs a little bit of work. It's reliable as is, drives well, and it's quick because it's so light. It's quick. So 115,000 Rand, negotiable. I'm willing to negotiate slightly. Please, I've already had some dude wanting to swap a Taz. Yeah, we'll move on from that. So, thank you so much for watching. If you want to chat to me, if you're a serious, genuine buyer, chat to me on Instagram first. We'll start up a conversation there, and then if you're really keen on it, I'll give you my phone number. Thank you so much for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.